Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Smith. Welcome to Design Asylum. On today's show, I'm introducing a new Velvet Finishes product, Deco Paste, and we are going to decoupage this very, very sad looking desk. It's going to be amazing when we're finished. You're not going to believe it, and you're not going to believe how easy it is to use this. So yesterday the handler and I went to the craft store. We are going to decoupage this with, and you can use a lot of things, but we chose scrapbook paper. You can use napkins, fabric, all kind of stuff. So I've got my 4 favorites out. I still have not decided what I'm doing. All 4 very different looks, so let me show you. This could be lovely for a woman's office. Paint this with Prestigious. I really like that one. And then I have one that would be great for a child's room. Stripes up the drawers, painted a hot pink. I think this could be adorable. Also loving this distress printed look. I love the turquoise teal color with the red and all the distressing that goes on. I think it would be fabulous with Timeless. And my last choice is the leopard, which is just gorgeous. Anytime, anywhere, it's a neutral, and paint the piece black. So when we come back, I'm going to have my decision made. We will have the desk painted and ready to go, and I'm going to teach you all about the Deco Paste. So don't go away.
Hi, I'm Larry Langford, owner of Langford Appliance, here with a couple of my grandchildren, Cece and Hank, and I'd like to take this time to thank my customers for the past 35 years and look forward to serving you many more. We carry all your major brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Amana. We also have a large selection of parts. We also offer your in-home service on appliances, plumbing, and electrical.
Stop by today and see us at Langford Appliance,
where great service comes with the product. We'll see you at Langford Appliance.
Here are a few reasons why people choose home health care rentals.
I've been coming here about 20 years, and I love the way they treat us, and they're friendly people.
I've been a customer here for 24 years. I know I can call 24/7 and get any supplies that I need.
Home health care rentals makes it easy for me. They file all my insurance claims.
My items are special order, and I can always depend on them having them ready for me.
Choose home health care rentals. Give us a call today.
Hamilton Medical Center is keeping the people of our region moving. From non-surgical solutions for osteoarthritis and back and joint pain, to total knee, hip, and shoulder replacements and complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton's team of experts have the technology, education, and experience needed to bring relief and healing. And our Joint Moves Replacement Program is certified by the Joint Commission for meeting or exceeding national standards of care. We're here for you. Hamilton Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.
As you can see, this desk has already had a major transformation. I painted it with the Luxurious paint, which is our gorgeous black. It's very neutral. Did some distressing. I used my Ryobi sander, which is so easy, guys. There's a video on our YouTube channel, designasyllumblog.com on YouTube. All I do is I take my sander and I just lightly hit it, and I really try to make sure that I have natural wear. I know you've seen pieces that they do that, what I call the leopard spot look, and I really don't think it's pretty. I think it's much prettier if it's just simple and plain. And then what happens after you distress is you've got raw wood, which tends to be light generally. So we come back with the dark glaze, and as you can see in the corners here, it really darkens that up and it gives it a more classic look. It's more, maybe more traditional, just more finished. And that's our dark glaze, and there's our Luxurious. So super easy. So I've got all my drawers ready except for one, and I'm going to show you how to do the decoupage. It is so simple. So now, before I do this, let me show you what I chose. You knew I was going to do this, didn't you? All those great choices, and I went with the leopard. So, on the back, there's this little tag. What I recommend that you do, particularly if you've got to match pattern, is that you make sure you've got all your paper running the same way. Now, if you have a pattern like the stripe that I showed you, you would always want to start in the same corner. But since we're doing the leopard, I decided to kind of mix it up a little bit. So in every sheet, I cut for the drawer in a different area so that it's not exactly the same. But I made sure that my paper pattern was running the same way. So all you got to do is literally take your drawer, lay it on. You can line it up on one side. You can put it up in the corner, go to the other corner, put it in the middle. Just make sure that it's straight. I'm going to line it up on this side. I'm going in about the middle of the paper, and I used the 12 by 12. And again, we just bought this at a local crafts shop, and I think they were 59 cents each. So no big deal. Take a pencil, mark your drawer on the back. So here's my pattern. I've already got one cut out, but all I did was just take scissors and cut my pattern out, and you've got your sheet of paper for your decoupage, okay? Super, super easy. Now for the drawers, we only put one coat of paint. The desk actually had 2 coats, but you're going to go ahead and paint this so that you can just paint everything solid, because after we decoupage it and it's dry, we sand it. So you want to be sure that you have a consistent look with whatever paint color that you have when you get to sanding, and I'm going to show you why that's important in just a few minutes. But super simple. Now the Deco Paste is a new product for velvet finishes, and I'm really thrilled to have it. You have to shake it really, really well. It can get a little clumpy if you don't. So make sure you shake it. I shook it really well before I started, so we're ready to go. You're not going to believe how far this goes. I've done multiple pieces of furniture with this, and I've barely used any. And when you apply the Deco Paste, you need your paper ready to go because it dries super quick. Apply it in one direction. Make sure you've got good amount. I just said one direction and then I came and went a different way. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm making sure that I've got it on the edges, and then I'm going to brush it all out in one direction. I take my cut piece. I apply it. I do recommend, and I should have done this, taking your jewelry off for when you're smoothing this, because you need a good flat adhesion. It needs to be good and solid. If not, it can wrinkle. Scrapbook paper tends to be a little bit thicker, so it's not as easy to wrinkle. But if you use a napkin, which a lot of people do tons of decoupage products with just napkins that you can buy anywhere, craft store or grocery store, they turn out gorgeous. They really wrinkle a lot and they're easy to tear. So I tend to go with scrapbook paper. All right. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now what I like to do after I've got it on there is just to make sure that I've got excellent adhesion, I just simply put a book on it. When I feel I've got all the bubbles out, put a book on it, and I give it about 10 minutes, 15 tops. It's dry, it's ready to go to the next phase. And I know you're thinking, she covered up all her drawer pull holes, but I'm going to show you how you get drawer pulls on there without any problem at all. So stay tuned. When I come back, we're going to be dry, we're going to glaze, and I'm going to show you our finished product.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others See you.
The health of our region depends on the health of its people. That is why Hamilton is here. We're opening more physician practices and urgent care centers near you, offering medical care that fits your schedule. We're reaching out to the community and helping to train the next generation of health professionals, and giving you new ways to search for doctors and health information from wherever you are. We're here for you. Hamilton Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.
Thanks so much for staying with me. We are in probably phase 3 of our process here with our decoupage. So it's been maybe 10-15 minutes. Our paper is dry. The deco paste has done its job. And I'll show you how it looks. Cool, huh? All right, so to me, the next 2 steps are the thing that makes this project the coolest. I'm going to get my Ryobi sander. Now, there's 2 reasons why I sand. First of all, it would be impossible to cut this perfectly straight and get it just exactly corner to corner. So as you can see, there's a little bit over the top, then it's going to be a little bit over the edges and the bottom as well. So the sander is going to take that off, but it's also going to, after we sand and glaze, what it's going to do is it's going to make it look like it's old. It's going to make it look like it's kind of always been there and it's just worn down, and the sander really helps with that. So super easy. You can use a sanding block. I like the Ryobi. I use a medium grit pad on it, and I'll show you how I do it. I go, and before I turn it on, I'll tell you, I do straight marks like this all the way around. And the reason why I do that rather than going side to side is you don't want to pull it, the paper, and you don't want to dare go up and down. You may take the paper off. So just straight down, okay? Really easy. Here we go. Okay, so after you've got the sanding done, if you have any little corners that are up, then I just take a little bit of the deco paste, put it on my finger, and put it right back under there. There's a little bit of a corner that came up, so I am going to fix that. And just know that when you're doing a project, I know it's intimidating sometimes, and when I first started painting furniture, it would freak me out. I would be scared to death. You really can't mess it up. And if you do mess it up, you can do it over. So don't be afraid. See how this corner came up just a wee bit? We're just going to tack that back down, give it a second to dry. Now, as you can see, our paper was white, that it was, the leopard pattern was printed on. So when you sand, you've got your white line showing, and that's another reason why we're gonna glaze, to get that white line out of there. There may be a project that you're doing that it's appropriate on and would look good on, but for this one, that's not the look we're going for. So glazing is the next phase of this. All right, let's give that one more quick second. Make sure our corner's back down. Okay, now we're gonna glaze. Again, the dark glaze, very easy to use. It seems intimidating, but I swear to you it's not. And I tell people all the time, if I can use these products, anyone can, because I'm very spastic. Now, when you're glazing, you don't need a ton of glaze. And remember, this is paper and this is liquid. So you don't want to just over saturate the piece. But what you're going to do, I'm going to make sure I don't get any sanding crumbs. And don't be afraid, it looks dark. You want to make sure that you get it on your edges. You want to apply it in a uniform manner. And here's where the magic happens. Lint-free rag. You can buy them at any hardware store. I'm going to leave a little bit on the top and a little bit more in a corner or two. But look at the change and look at the difference that the glazing made. Let me show you where we started. So mixing the glaze over it, glazing down this piece, like I said, it just gives it a more classic look. I think it turned out gorgeous. So we are going to let this dry. And while we do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about, you can see the shape of this desk, but I want to tell you and explain to you why I did this. I did not paint this center drawer. And the reason, I didn't decoupage it, I'm sorry, I did paint it. The reason why I didn't is because it's wider than the scrapbook paper, okay? The pattern line would have to run, typically down the center, or you could offset it to the side, but these sides did not match up. So it was going to look a little weird. And since I really couldn't figure out the best way to do that without cutting it down the center and flipping it and trying to figure all that out, I thought, well, why not just not do it? It looks gorgeous the way it is. I came back, I gave it some heavy sanding with the Ryobi. I did where the natural wear would be, where you would put your hands to pull the drawer open, and I think it's going to look fabulous. But when we come back, we're going to put it all together. I'm going to put the hardware on, I'm going to show you the final results, and we will see how it turned out. So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Larry Langford, owner of Langford Appliance, here with a couple of my grandchildren, Cece and Hank, and I'd like to take this time to thank my customers for the past 35 years and look forward to serving you many more. We carry all your major brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Amana. We also have a large selection of parts. We also offer your in-home service on appliances, plumbing, and electrical.
Stop by today and see us at Langford Appliance,
where great service comes with the product. We'll see you at Langford Appliance.
Here are a few reasons why people choose home health care rentals.
I've been coming here about 20 years, and I love the way they treat us, and they're friendly people.
I've been a customer here for 24 years. I know I can call 24/7 and get any supplies that I need.
Home health care rentals makes it easy for me. They file all my insurance claims.
My items are special order, and I can always depend on them having them ready for me.
Choose home health care rentals. Give us a call today.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.
Can you believe it? I don't have the last drawer in yet, but what do you think so far? I think it looks absolutely amazing. I could not be more thrilled. I think painting this drawer was the right decision. You know, if you know me at all, you know that I'm like super lazy about projects, and it's not actually that I'm lazy, it's just that I have a really short attention span and I don't have a lot of time. So when I do something, I want to see a finished product quick. I want to be done. I want to move on and put it where it's going to go or whatever I'm doing with it. I don't want to labor for days and days and days on it. So trying to figure out all that, I said, let's just paint it. Okay, so just a quick recap. The painting process is simple. You want to use the Ready deglosser product that we have. Let that do its magic. Paint it. Again, we only put one coat on the drawers because we were going to use the Deco Paste product. 2 coats on the rest of the piece. We lightly distressed with the Ryobi sander. Again, simple process. Just take it easy. You know, now that I'm a little more brave, if you will, with the sander, I go a lot quicker than I used to, but in the beginning I did it just like I showed you on the drawer. Very methodical. But again, you just want to make sure that you're making it look like natural wear and it's not all spotted up and in crazy places that wouldn't have any wear. And then we glaze the entire piece. Now this piece, a little bit different process that I did, and I wanted to share it with you as well. On the desk we used just scrapbook paper from a craft store, simple, easy. This piece, I actually had this entire piece of art that was created by a friend of mine, Melanie. I had it printed about 6 inches larger than my drawers. All the way, I measured from side to side and from top to bottom, and I had it printed at a local print shop. And once we got the piece here, we looked at it and decided where we wanted to begin from the bottom up. We took off 6 inches off the bottom of what I had, so we basically started with the top where it was up here. We took the bottom drawer, and just like I showed you on the other one, we laid it on the big piece. We had a big table out because the drawers are wider. We just laid the drawer out, marked it off with a pencil, cut it with the pair of scissors, deco pasted it on, did the same sanding process, super easy. Now, what's important about doing a piece like this is the pattern. You know, in the leopard it wasn't a big issue. We talked about going all around on those pieces of paper, the 12 by 12 squares. On this one, there's a definite pattern in it. I've seen people do posters of actors, Marilyn Monroe, Bruce Springsteen. I've seen all kinds of things. And this is how you pull that off, super easy. If you look, you see how these drawers are built. They're flush, and there's a piece of wood in between each drawer. So what you have to do is make your pattern for your next piece line up. So when you start, we decided which side to start on. We didn't want to start in the middle. That's a lot more measuring than I really wanted to do. Again, I like to do things quickly. So we started on the edge, trimmed our 6 inches off the bottom, and we figured out where we wanted to begin the bottom drawer. Then we laid the bottom drawer on, marked it off, cut it, number it, number it, number it, right, left, bottom drawer. Put your notes on there so that you don't have to continually look back at your pattern, flip it over, which way did it go? Number it as you go and mark right and left side, or however makes it work in your head. All right, so we did that all the way up on the 4 drawers, okay? Not a problem. Now here, there's a line in the middle of the wood, and you can see that this pattern follows exactly as it would. This was a 3/4 inch piece of wood that's in between these 2 drawers. So all I did was cut 1 drawer, and then I trimmed down the 3/4 of an inch and started my second drawer. And that made all the pattern work at the top. It is not hard. It is super easy. I think that it took me less than an hour to do this entire decoupage piece, cutting it, hardware, the whole project. It just didn't take very long at all. Then again, you know, we glazed it. I added this great hardware from D. Lawless Hardware, and if you are not familiar with them, you should be. Their hardware is great, and it's very well priced, so definitely pull them up online. Now these little pieces were actually in their jewelry box section on their website, and I thought, oh, well, wonder what that would look like. These are little jewelry box corners, they called them. So I ordered enough to do every drawer. I think it turned out great. I really, really like this. This one we painted with Prestigious, and again glazed it with the dark glaze, glazed the paper down. It's a lot brighter than this, but I think that glaze just gives it that rich look, classes it up a lot. And I know that a lot of you guys are intimidating with glazing, so I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to show you super quick what glazing is really all about, since I had to do this one while you weren't with me. Okay, this is our eloquent color. It's a gorgeous lavender. So let's pretend that this is your piece of furniture. And what you want to do, and the pieces that glaze the best are the ones that have architectural detail, and by that I mean the grooves and lines, so that there's a place for the glaze to catch, because you're not painting with the glaze, you are accentuating with the glaze. You're accentuating that detail. So what I do It's just like I showed you on the drawer, but it was flat, so this will give you a better look at it. Is I get it on there, just paint it on there and wipe it down. And that's the entire secret to the difficulty of glazing. It is not difficult at all. That's my secret. If you take off too much while it's still wet, I would really like some in that line, so I'm not going to take it off as much. And you just keep working. You got to work a little fast because it dries quick. But that's it. I promise you, if I can do this, anybody can. It is really, really simple. So we talked about how once you sand wood, after you've painted a piece and you come back and you do your corners and your edges and you're down to raw wood. So that's kind of what this represents. And I just want to show you the difference that makes and why I think it's important to glaze after you sand. Not always, not for every project, but quite a bit of difference. So super easy. All right, I'm going to put the hardware on this last drawer that I have, and when I come back, this piece is going to be completed, and I'm going to show you the true reveal. So stay tuned.
Have you ever wondered why you cannot achieve a flat tummy like you had when you were a teenager? In spite of exercise, it seems like you're getting nowhere. It could be that you've had children and it's just impossible to achieve without having surgery. With a procedure called an abdominoplasty, we have specialized techniques that can repair the damage that has been done with the pregnancy or the weight loss. We can help you to achieve a flatter, tighter tummy like you had in your younger years.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.
What do you think? I am so happy with the way this piece turned out. I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable, and I could see it being used in a lot of different places. I told you I was going to tell you how I put the hardware on, so let me share that just super quick. What I do, easy, just I take my finger, I find the hole on the outside, and I make a little bit of indentation in the paper. And then I take the screw that normally goes through the back, and I push it through the front. In other words, you want to push your paper in rather than out. So that once I've made my holes, push them this way, I simply come back and put the hardware on just like normal. But that way I feel good and I know I'm not going to rip my paper or something. So I hope that you guys are inspired to try the deco paste and do some decoupaging on your own. I would love to see some projects. Please share them with me. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.